This show is sponsored by PSE Archery, Millennium Tree Stands, Hunter Safety System, Third Arm, Extreme Archery Products, Axe Broadheads, The Chase Deer Scent, Plot Watcher, and Antler Insanity.
Welcome to Reality Hunt Club. In this webisode, my bow hunting adventures continue. So stay tuned and watch this webisode and let me tell you what happened. Now, it's the third weekend of Georgia bow season. Now, Tad and I had been up the previous 2 weekends. We've been chasing a buck called Clockwork. We called him Clockwork because he'd been coming to this feeder and pretty much every afternoon about 30 minutes before dark. So I thought we had a real good shot at getting this buck for Tad. Well, right before we went home, I pulled the card out of the trail camera and it showed that he had switched his habit from the evenings to the mornings. So when I got up there this weekend on that Saturday morning, I told Tad I was going to hunt that deer and I was going to hunt him in the morning at that stand location. So sure enough, I get up that morning and it's a beautiful foggy morning. The only problem is with that was the wind wasn't blowing that much. I mean, it was only like 1 to 2 miles an hour and it was really starting to swirl. And I was a little concerned with that, and so I was sitting there going, it's not going to happen because it's just the wind was either 1 minute it was stagnant, the next minute it was swirling. I always put my thermocell at that location so I can see which way the thermocell, the scent is blowing coming out of the thermocell that runs the mosquito off. So anyway, I was sitting there and I could see Clockwork coming down this lane. He come for a good 2 minutes before I could turn the camera on because they were coming right at me and they were acting kind of spooky. And as you can see, he walked right up in there and stopped. And the whole time I was sitting there going, take 2 more steps and I can get him. 2 more steps. But he starts doing his head up and down, licking his lips. And I figured he was smelling my swirling wind. And he's looking around. And there's a 3-year-old buck behind him doing the same thing on that lane. So I'm kind of pinned down in my stand and can't do a whole lot of moving. I can't zoom in. So I just basically had the camera sitting there. And the one video is the GoPro head on, and the other video is my big camera. And so he just you can't quite see me in the stand because it's still, right about 5-10 minutes after daylight. So it's still pretty early. So he's looking around. He can't quite figure it out. He can't get a good whiff of me. He doesn't know it's me. He just knows something's not right. He's 4.5 years old for a reason. He's got some smarts about him. So anyway, you can see him bob his head down and go back and forth, and so I'm a little nervous in the stand because I know something's not right. When he took that step back, I decided to move my camera over to the lane that they had come down, and there you can see the other buck. And so I'm sitting there going, as soon as he gets in there, I'm gonna shoot him. And so he's still kind of a little spooky, but he's still calm. So he's trying to evacuate the area. So he gets right here, and you can see I draw back and I shoot, and boy, I hit him high. I mean, below the backbone, above the top of the lungs, I just hit him high. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. He ducked down a little bit, but it wasn't enough. The shot was just not a good shot. And you can see that axe drove in and probably hit the bottom of the vertebrae or something like that, and it just stopped. And what happened is I do range all my locations, but I talked myself into the wrong yardage. I knew that. Before that, I had calculated that was between 20 and 25 yards, and I shot my 30-yard pin. And it's happened to me before. If you've watched some of these videos, you see I shoot over or I shoot below. I just talked myself into the wrong yardage. And what I need to do after talking to Jimmy and Frog, I need to take that rangefinder and range them real quick and put it down and shoot. I just need to start shooting the right yardage. I actually hit right where I was shooting. I just shot the wrong pin. So, and it's very frustrating. I've done that 3 times now, and that's the first time it's cost me a big buck. Now, we looked for that buck. We didn't find a drop of blood, and we never found the error. And so after talking to Frog and Chuck and Jimmy and all my friends, we figured that buck's going to be fine. As soon as that error falls out, it's a superficial wound, he's going to be fine. So nothing wrong with the PSE bow. That bow was really fast. Nothing wrong with the axe broadhead. If you watch the slow motion between the bow and the broadhead, it almost completely knocked the deer on the ground. It was that much of a whop. I mean, you can hear it in the video. And I just got to get better as a bow hunter and just concentrate. It happens. I've seen the guys on TV, the pros, shoot high, shoot low, shoot over them, rush their shots and all that. I just think I need to slow down. Another thing is that I'm videoing. And I'm capturing all this video for you guys. And when I decide to shoot, I just want to pull back the bow and shoot real quick instead of slowing down, making sure I got my right yardage, whether I'm range finding or if I got a ribbon or I'm just positive that's the yardage, and taking my time and shoot. Now, the deer was a little spooky, but I don't think he was about to bolt or run off, so I think I still had another 5 to 6 seconds to shoot him in that lane. So anyway, these aren't excuses. These are just facts. This is what happened. I'm not, I just screwed up. So anyway, I want to thank PSE and Axe Broadheads and the Extreme Archery sights. There's nothing wrong with any of those fine products that I use. If I'd shot my 20-yard pin and shot the right yardage, I'd be sitting here with antlers in my hands thanking these great sponsors, but instead I'm sitting here in the office going through and trying to figure out, trying to explain to you guys where I screwed up instead of what I did exactly right. So anyway, we got a lot more hunts coming, and stay tuned, and thanks for watching Reality Hunt Club.
If you like this show, watch our other shows at hunt365.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button on the screen, or connect with us and receive notices of all our new episodes by liking our Facebook page.